Studying the Torah brings us to a shift in our perspective from me to we, from focusing on ourselves as the individual to rather focusing on our place in the community. Hi, this is Barry Phelps with 10-Minute Torah, Day 4 of Pekudei, accountings or appointments. Let's go to Shemot or Exodus chapter 39, verses 42 and 43. According to all that Yahweh had commanded Moshe, so the children of Israel did all the work. Moshe looked over all the work and saw they did it as Yahweh had commanded, so they had done, and Moshe blessed them. Now, chapter 40, verse 1 and 2. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, On the first day of the first new moon, you are to raise up the dwelling place of the tent of appointment. So the artisans, the craftsmen, have completed all of their labor in manufacturing, constructing, and putting together everything that is necessary for the Mishkan or the tabernacle. All of the furniture, the implements, the veils, the fabrics, everything's done. It is unconstructed. It is laid out evidently in piles or in layers of the pieces. I'm sure the Ark of the Covenant is covered. But Moshe looks at everything and says, well done, exact according to design, blueprint, and desire of Yah. This is well done. This will work. Then he hears the command of Yah, all right, Moshe, on the first day of the first new moon, just 2 weeks, this will be in their second year, 2 weeks shy of their second year, you put it all together. So it's like a child dumping out all of their Legos or their Lincoln Logs or whatever blocks that they have, and they're supposed to make this magnificent construction and structure out of it. One might wonder, how is Moshe going to do this? I mean, the boards alone of the tabernacle are very heavy. The sockets are 75 pounds apiece. How is he going to hang all these tapestries and put it all together by himself? Well, indeed, the command here is issued in the singular. So it is a he, not we, effort, it would seem. No one man was strong enough to raise up a beam by himself. However, the Talmud in Nedarim 38a says that Moshe was 15 foot tall. Go Moshe. It would have had to be a supernatural anointing like that came upon Shimshon or Samson for a single man to be able to do this. Now, maybe he had some help that we're just not told about. Nevertheless, Moshe is to put all this together. He is doing it, however, not for himself, but this is an effort in behalf of Israel. Now think about this. Moshe did not need the Mishkan or the tabernacle per se. He already had a private meeting place with the Most High set up as what was called a tent, or the Ohel Moed, the tent of appointment or tent of meeting, stationed outside the camp. And he would leave the camp, go out, had a veil over his face. He would take the veil off, go in, commune with the Most High, come out, put the veil back over his face to shield the brightness of the Shekinah or the glory of the Most High. And he would be able to say verbatim what Yah had communicated to him. So he had his own private tent structure to meet in. But that's not good for Israel. Israel as a community needs to be raised up to where Moshe, the individual, is functioning. That's the goal. The goal is not for superstars and heroes to be out front all by themselves, soaking in all the glory for themselves and coming back and handing out little handfuls to everyone else. That seems to be the model that we recognize and we have participated in for many generations, but that's not Yah's way. Yah is not about just promoting an individual. He is looking to raise up a community, even a nation of people made up of nations all over the world, not a nation that is sovereign like England or France or the United States, but a nation that is based on the heavenly kingdom. And so Moshe having this place, Yah is asking him to go further, and is requiring of him obedience. We can offer songs and dances and acts of love before Yah, and we can win battles, and we can overcome obstacles, and we can defeat spiritual giants and do all kinds of significant things. But if we do not walk in obedience, it really doesn't mean anything. It is only an additional metal on our individual chest. The goal of the Mishkan is not to glorify Moshe, it is to honor and to glorify Yahweh, our Elohim, our mighty one. And it is to raise up the community to have a place that we all can connect. Secondly, the community is more important than the individual. And again, Yah has called the entire nation originally to be a nation of priests. The goal originally was that all men could come before him and intercede and have a priestly function and role to participate in. Due to their sins, due to the gold calf issue, due to a number of issues, the Levites, as a singular tribe, were taken to function in the priestly role in behalf of all Israel. But still, it's not so much the individual. Aaron's the high priest, yes, but he is vitally connected to all of those who serve with him. And so it's not just, again, one person. There are significant roles that have to be filled, but Yah is looking for team leadership. This is something that many years ago, couple decades plus ago, when pastoring a church, this is something that was taught to us about building your leadership team. And the idea was borrowed from the corporate and business world, where you need to have your catchphrase, your mission statement, you need to have your vision statement, and everybody needs to be on the same team and have singular focus toward the same goals, so then that all of those who follow with you, everybody can get on the same page. There's some positives to be had in that. But the reality is you still deal with people. And people have different ideas. And not everybody has the same rah-rah element about them. And you're going to have some that are going to run out front and say, let's go, let's go. And then you're going to have some that will never seem to get on board. And then you have some in the middle that says, show me the evidence and convince me that this is the right thing to do. And then I'll plug along and I'll help out and I'll get involved. You have to be willing to deal with all sorts of people and all sorts of ideas. When it comes to building a community, everybody doesn't have the same role. Everybody doesn't have the same mindset, appreciations. Everyone doesn't like the same thing. But we can't subdivide the community and say, okay, all you who want this, go over there, and you want that, go over there, and we'll just keep ourselves separate. The goal is to bring everybody together, to give a place for all of our hearts to be expressed toward the Father. How do we do that? By following his model. Yah says, I have a model that is able to be applied for everybody. He alone has the ability to establish this. Moshe, you put it together the way I say to put it together. You reveal it to the people, you demonstrate it for the people, and then the people can follow the temple protocol, and everyone can approach me. Doing it Yah's way is indeed the best. Until tomorrow, shalom.